2-5-1s. I just played 3 sequences of what we call 2-5-1. It's 3 chords: chord 2, chord 5 and chord 1. It's a very common sequence in all music, not just jazz, and it's one that's really worth getting to know. So if we take C major, the chords for the 2-5-1 would be D minor, G major and C major. But there are several ways of playing those, and a good way to start off if you're talking in terms of jazz would be to think of each chord as a seventh. So the D minor chord would be D minor 7, the G chord a G7, and the C would be a C major 7. Now, one way of playing these for a left hand only, I was playing both hands earlier, but it's good to start off learning these with just 2 or 3 notes for each chord. So one we'll start with is just a 2-note voicing for the left hand, which would include the root and the 7th, and then root and 3rd, and then again root and 7th. So this could also be played starting with a root and 3rd, so it could be played down here, root and 3rd, D minor, so root and 3rd, root and 7th of the G7, and then root and 3rd again of the C. But because I think for the key of C, it's slightly better up here, we'll stick to that. And I suggested last time that we try to improvise a little phrase over this sequence, and something like that would be or and I would start doing that, learning to do that, by thinking of the triads only. So thinking D minor first would be these 3 notes. First of all, be able to make sure you can play each triad in all the positions. That this is easy to do, and the same for G and C. And then what you do is you just play 1, 2, 3 or 4 notes per chord. And the crucial thing is that when you're on, say, the D minor chord, that you stick to notes of that triad to start with, and think about it in terms of just using the notes of the triad. So you can do what you like. You can jump around as long as you stay within the notes of the triad. But then when you come to move to the next chord, which in this case would be the G chord, always try to move by step to that new chord. If not by step, to the nearest note that would be in that new chord. So if I'll just say take 2 notes per bar, 2 notes per chord to start with. So it would be like this, D minor first. Then by step to the G, and again by step. Or I'll start on another note this time. Again, just 2 notes per bar. And if you want to increase that to 3 notes, might find it a lot easier to stick to just one note in the left hand per chord. So while you're practicing the improvising, just play the root of each chord. So you've just got a D, a G and a C to think about. And so you could start off. Always keep it in time. And so on.